to go up this ladder with a backpack. Gotta basically, you know, press up against the ladder because there ain't no room behind you and not a whole lot to grab onto. Once you get to the top, alright, got the tiny door here. She's pretty small. Put this thing here. She likes to close on you. Gonna crawl out of the little hole here. We got an AC unit, needs an expansion valve. It has for a while. Put the quote in a long time ago and, well, they never said yes. And to you, if any of you guys are business owners out there, if your AC company is reputable and they tell you you need something, don't wait. I know that things are expensive, but when you wait, they get more expensive. I'm gonna be in the sun today. Didn't bring the sunblock, didn't bring the sun hat. So that's super awesome. Anyway, my whole point is this thing needed an expansion valve. They let her run. And now the thermostat's blank. So we have to figure out what happened that killed our low voltage. What's going on? Hope this guy comes back around. There's a feller out here floating around on a dang parachute, just living life, man. I want to do that. Sounds like fun. Maybe a retirement thing. We'll see. I do know that I was not looking forward to replacing this expansion valve because it is not in a very easy spot to get to. But it's got to be done. All right, let's see what's going on with this guy. Breaker's not tripped. I know that. Check that right off the bat. Look, there's a cancer maker. I'm going to be working right next to the cancer maker today. That's okay. Dropping screws on the roof. Let's see what we got here, guys. Oh, we got another thing. Low voltage is definitely done. I'm gonna find out why. So my economizer is not even lit. That's the things that tells you your errors. Oh, look, we got a tripped transformer. But why? Why is the transformer tripped? Could have been cutting in and out on low pressure. That's a thing. Let's reset it, see what happens. Turns right on. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I don't know what tripped it. I know that this unit with the bad expansion valve was running really low suction and really high discharge or condensing pressures, and maybe, I don't know. Maybe it just was short cycling and the transformer finally said, screw that, I'm done. I don't know what to tell you. But we're gonna pop this open and maybe I'll let it I'm gonna let it run and cool down for a little bit. I gotta bring up stuff, guys. I got stuff. I got recovery machine, recovery drum, vacuum pump, 410 the expansion valve, the nitrogen. Now I got the stuff, lots of, you know. Oh, there it is. See, that compressor just took a crap. What's going on here? Why is my compressor sounding like that? I'll wait for it to happen again. I bet it's low pressure. I bet it's going on a low pressure cutout. Running and sweating right now. I don't mean it's gonna stay like that. I'm curious, guys. See what our gauge says on this low side. .410. We're up there where we need to be. Wonder what our high side is. I can find the high side. Oh, that low pressure switch is not liking it. And we're not even on low pressure right now. That's what caused the transformer to trip, is that low pressure switch is just not good. All right, and this is the third low pressure switch this unit has had, which is absolutely absurd. Right now our expansion valve isn't doing anything at all bad, so I'm gonna put something on the high side here, put my gauge on it. If this thing's working, then I'm just gonna look at that low pressure switch and I will nix the quote. I have no problem saying, hey, it wasn't working then, but it is now. Oh. Don't be an idiot, guys. Don't be an idiot. Make sure your gauges are closed before you start doing stuff. What's the current temperature? No, I see.
70 degrees right now.
70. This thing's got to be on there so we don't go to sucking in all this outside air. Should have used the hole on top, but I didn't, so that's a mute point now. Find a screw. Oh. Come on. Come on. Stupid screw. Get in the hole. OMG. All right, 70, so we should be running about a 95 to 100 degree condensing. Suction's right on point. Now, when I was here last, I did manually open the expansion valve to the max. It's probably a good idea to do it anyway, but I think we got another bad low pressure switch. I don't know why or how they're so touchy. But it should not be. It's the third one. It's doing that to every single one of them. I don't know. I'm gonna let this run for a minute. My head pressure is high, but quite honestly, it's not like stupid high. It's not like stay out here all day long high. Coil's not dirty. I did have a PM not too long ago. Yeah, we're running about 20 degrees higher than we should be. And it's been a while, but I think I remember I did that on purpose just so it would cool. So I'm gonna go down into the space, see what the temp is, haul all my crap up here because it looks like I'm replacing an expansion valve. Super awesome. All right, I'll be back. All right, now that I am definitely already extremely hot and sweaty, I haven't even started working on the thing yet. But you got to get the stuff from your work vehicle into the building, through the building to the ladder, up the ladder with a rope, you know, and ladder about that big around, so it's hard, you know, it's just hard. But the stuff is here. Got the tools, got the meat tray, got my tool bag, dryer, expansion valve, torches, vacuum pump, nitrogen, 410, recovery drum, recovery machine, scale, hydration, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to replace that pressure switch again. All this for an expansion valve, guys. It's necessary, and this is why it's expensive. So if you wonder why it costs so much to get things like this done, it's because this is all required. And not only that, but that thing between your ears, that's what people, you know, they're paying for that, the noodle. So if you're an idiot, well, you probably don't deserve that much money. Don't get me started on the idiot thing. Let's go ahead and roll with this thing here. Let me start off with recovery. I've let it run for about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, trying to cool that space down a little bit before I shut it off. Kind of want to, you know, tickle that low pressure switch one more time and see if I'm still getting a little clatter out of it. See what our pressures are at. If you have a digital meter, I don't care what flavor, all right, if you have any digital meter and you're out in the sun, when you're not using it, cover that sucker up. Sun will burn the screen. My head pressure has come down dramatically, but also my suction has come down dramatically. Trying to see the suction line. Okay, that's just cool. I'm sorry. That is just cool. Suction line is still sweating like a champ, guys. I'm at 110 degrees, condensing. What's the current temperature? 72, it's 82, 92. That is not far off. Okay, I'm gonna replace it anyway. I'm going to do it because I keep forgetting that I'm trying to talk myself out of this because this is just a bunch of work I don't really care to do, but it needs to be done. I'm not gonna talk myself out of it. I just have to keep in mind that it's working barely after I've already adjusted it all the way out. So there you go. It shouldn't be just barely working right now. It should be just flooding, and it ain't. So anywho, I'm gonna get this recovery machine set up, shut the unit off, get some hydration in the old gut. These were sitting on ice. They're nice and cold. I have 5 bottles to start with. Imagine it'll last me about, I don't know, 20 minutes. We'll see. I got the rest of the case on ice in the truck. Probably not gonna be ice for long. I don't spend money on things for myself, so like, I'm never gonna get one of them Yetis. Not gonna happen. I'll get back to you. I told y'all I was gonna, you know, tickle that low pressure switch a little bit. And, oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, let's tickle it. Can y'all see this? I hope you can see this. I think that's about right. So, these wires. Nope. That's weird, because when I did it earlier, she didn't like it. It ain't doing nothing. I don't know what to do now. So weird. Maybe I'll replace it anyway. I don't know. They're cheap. They're only like 20 bucks. Well, our cost. Anyway, I'm gonna set this vacuum or recovery up, and I'll get back to you. All right, people. we are ready. Got the rig set up here. When you're recovering, make sure you keep your, well, it's easier if you can put your recovery drum in a tank of ice. They do make a recovery cooler. It's like copper coils that works amazing. As a matter of fact, there's one at the shop, but these bigger drums are really hard. She takes 20 pounds of 410, guys. It's like a 4-ton unit. Blows my mind. Like, Carrier, why did you do that? So much refrigerant. Anywho, we're gonna go ahead and start recovering. What you're gonna do first is bleed off both sides so we don't get any This is a brand new recovery drum, so it should be under a vacuum. Didn't check it. Sometimes those valves pop open, but I'm not gonna check it. So how about that, nanny nanny boo boo? Okay, we're gonna put some pressure on this side, opening these valves. Get, oh, trust. Gonna open them all the way. Okay, now our refrigerant is pushing right here, where I'm going to bleed again. Ant. Just need to get the air out, guys, so you don't have to bleed it for very long. Now, both of these are closed. I'm gonna open this valve. It's gonna bring my pressure to the other side. Okay, now my pressure's right here. I'm gonna open this valve. It's gonna bring the pressure to the top of the jug. You saw my hose get tight. I'm gonna bleed right here one more time. I'm gonna bleed right here one more time. There we go. Doesn't take much, fellas. And girls and boys. Just a little bit. And now we're gonna open the valve, and you can hear it going in. We let it go in until our pressure stabilizes. Once the pressure stabilizes, you turn the machine on and it'll just suck it right on out of there. This tank is gonna get very hot. So if there's any way, once again, you can keep this cool, the process will go much faster. But I don't have, you know, this is like an HOA building, and it's not like they have an ice machine or big tubs or anything like that I can use to keep it cool with. So just have to use good old shade, you know. Hey, I do have, no, I got water on ice in a cooler, but that's from my water, so I'm not going to be sacrificing my cold water for a fast recovery like the cold water. All right, this is a long, daunting, and horrible process, so I won't bore you too much with this, but I'll be back once she's down. Generally, when you recover, you're going to want to get it into a vacuum, just a little bit of a vacuum. Okay, you're not trying to like go you know, vacuum of space on this thing, just a little bit. And because there's going to be some refrigerant boiling off inside there, so typically once I'm done and it's in a little bit of a vacuum, I don't just go straight to welding things. All right, unsweating and whatnot. I will always make sure that there's a way available for pressure to leave. I'll either cut my dryer out instead of unsweat it, then you have your pressure release right there, or B, I will remove my Schrader valves, and that way you can have any pressure release there. Because if you just go straight to sweating on something after you recovered, when you heat up the copper, it does build pressure, and maybe you've been hit with it, maybe you haven't. It's just an extra step for safety. Anyway, no more boring crap. Time to turn this thing on anyway. Is it? No, we still got refrigerant going through there. Got the sight glass thing right there. I can see it flowing. Anywho, I'll get back to you. Okay, we are recovered. Drum got really hot. As a matter of fact, made my recovery machine kick out on overload, which is super awesome. So I'm gonna have to that thing's way back there, guys. I'm not gonna get the torch back in there and my arms and all that mess. So I'm gonna go in through the top. Somebody's already replaced this expansion valve before, and I know that because the solder on it looks like maybe, I don't know, a 12-year-old did it. And the dryer is not OEM, so pretty obvious, you know, somebody has replaced this expansion valve before, which tells me that we probably have a bunch of oil logged in the evaporator. So what I am going to do is I'm going to pop this off. Y'all can see that. I'm going to take the Schrader out. I'm going to take the top side off and the Schrader out. And once I get that expansion valve off, I'm going to be shooting some nitrogen into the evaporator coil, and it should come out right here to try and clear whatever crap might be stuck in that thing. If I can find the thing. Here it is. I'll go ahead and take these off now. I could do that while it's cooling. I can't just... I gotta make sure I don't lose it. Let's put it right there. I need a wrench. That's the wrong flavor. It's a 5/8. Let's see if I'm right. I am not. I am not right. 9/16. That's the one. That's the ticket. Now I need a thing. My goodness, I doubt this thing's just gonna easily just come right off without bending and twisting. Yep, bending and twisting. Let's see here. Chainy locks. I'm gonna need these anyway. You don't want to, you know, touch the hot copper while you're doing the stuff to the thing. And what did I say it was? 9/16. Now let's see if I can get it off without tearing it up. I only have one more of these T's in my truck. Gotta get some more. Come on now. Show me some love. It's not showing me any love, I can tell you that. I don't want to mess up those threads. Boop. There it is. She was on nice and tight. See, this pressure switch is a 75 and 100, so it should cut out on low pressure when it hits 75 psi. We were above that, guys. We're like 130, 140. Take the Schrader off the top side. Can I get to it? So it could be these pressure switches are doing this in and out thing because this one's gonna get just stuck in the thing. Why? It's because I over tightened it. We're not gonna take this Schrader out, guys. Yeah, don't see that happening. So the pressure switch, when it went on there, closed the hole a little bit because, you know, flare fitting. And now the Schrader won't come out. It's all good. Got one wide open. Go ahead and take all my gauges off this thing. And once I get in there, I don't really want to jump back out, so I'd make sure I have everything I need. I've got my dryer handy. That's OEM, guys. That's the OEM dryer. And where's my expansion valve? There it is. I need a wet towel. You don't want to get the power head too hot. So I did see, there's a towel right there, and I'm gonna have to use my hydration water. It's got insulation on it. That's not good. I don't really want to be jumping around in insulation. That's some water. I was hoping to find some nasty water somewhere on the roof pooled up. Oh, there's some. Don't matter what kind, guys. You can get your expansion valve dirty. That's a-okay. There's a whole bunch of water right here coming from this unit. Wonder if that thing's got clogged up. Oh well. It's here for me now. Oh. Soak all that up there. Tile. This towel doesn't like to take water. Must be one of them John Wayne towels. Don't take crap from no one. Come on, towel. Some guys use gel. They make this spray gel. I tried to use it once. Squirt on the power head. Well, I squirted sideways right on the freaking spot that I was supposed to be welding. And guess what? When you get that gel on the spot, you ain't gonna weld it ever. So I don't use the gel anymore. They also make a putty. You can wrap the copper in putty, and it'll keep everything cool. But yeah, I don't do that either. I just go with the old wet towel. That's not my towel. I saw it laying on the floor inside the roof thing over there. So let's turn these gauges on. These regulators. Mount up. Now, I always tighten that one way too much. I'm way out in the boonies, and the last thing I want to do is run out of something. So I'm going to make these welds as quickly as humanly possible. Get a couple sticks. Okay, I got the striker, got the sticks, I got the channies, got the expansion valve, got the dryer. Pipe cutters are in my pocket. Got the drill. Don't know why. Don't think I'll need the drill, but yeah, I got it anyway. So time to mount inside this thing, guys. It's gonna be so super awesome. All right, here we go. Oh, that's the crutch. That's landed on the wrong spot there, guys. Get the leg. Get leg. Okay. And going down. 21st floor, menswear. Okay. Getting the bottom of that is going to be absolutely horrible. Because there's no room in the thing here. I'm going to have to I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But for now I can bend it out. See if I can cut it. I like cutting it because I like to use a nice clean joint, but this thing's got solder all over it. Even if I cut it, I'm gonna have trouble with a new one. Yeah, they just went to town on the bottom of this thing. So we're gonna bend it outward, if anything, to get it more accessible to the outside, and I might have to hit this dryer from the outside. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Sorry, I hit you. Oh no, there's not a lot of room, guys. I'm gonna cut this at the bottom, at the top, and then I'll unsweat the bottom because there ain't no room for cutting on that. Gotta get more, just get my cutters out and squat, squat, squat. Oh, my butt. Okay. Even fitting cutters in here. Carrier I guess they just thought these were gonna last forever and no one was ever gonna have to replace anything on them. That's okay. This one unit is like 5 years old. Hasn't even like had a chance to grow up. And it's over here messing up, doing bad things. But last time I came here, if you'll see this little thing here, this capillary which goes to the expansion valve, it is an equalizer. So it equalizes the valve based on the suction pressure. And the new pressure switch that somebody had put on just arced out right on it. I came out here and heard refrigerant blowing out. which means it hadn't been very long since that happened. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing or not. I can barely even see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to cut the top of this copper so that the top of my expansion valve will go in a little more easier. Yeah, I said easier. Easier. And we are clear. So now I can actually pull this whole thing towards me, because all it is these capillaries holding it. If I can get it around this discharge line, that would be super wonderful. And then I can do it all from the outside, because man, putting a torch in here, you're gonna be putting it right, you know, flame between the legs. That just doesn't sound very, you know, smart. Some things I do aren't very smart anyway. Let's get this thing. I gotta get the thing out of the. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna fit. I need to bend this thing. So bend without kinking, guys. You gotta be very easy on the pipes. Pull it down. That might be accessible. I don't know. I don't know. Pull it around here. If I could get this thing to do what I want it to do, get under this pipe and right here. Now I can do these both right here, and then I won't have a weld that looks like this. See, that's just, they just did not do it very good, which means mine's gonna look bad because all this crap is gonna be on there. Maybe I can shoot it off. I don't know. I don't like getting these valves too hot. But I came all the way in here for no reason. Now I gotta get out. And not fall. Get leg. Just. Alright. There's one side. Teeter, teeter, teeter. Oh, that was close. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I can do that from here. Alright, let's do it. That dryer is not going to be fun. Oh no, Striker. What did you do? Did you break? She got stuck in the thing. Hope it didn't break. Wow. Oh, a little too much of something on that. That was way too much of something on that. Yeah, not enough acetylene. Oh. All right. I'm gonna do it with the reach. Grab with your channies. Don't grab with your fingers. All right. All right then. And guys, take your time when it comes to soldering. You don't have to go all fast and full heat mode, blasting everything. Take your time. It's going to get there. If you take your time, it's going to make it look a lot more clean too. You want to evenly heat the copper. So just kind of wave around side to side. It's going to get there. Some people are so impatient, they just blast the heat of the sun when you don't really have to do that. So, come on, valve. We're definitely hot enough. She's not giving away. There she goes. Y'all see that? So look at this. Whenever I put some flame to that fire that's coming out, that's because there's oil shoved in that dang thing. So we are definitely going to have to blow it out. That's usually going to be the cause on something like this. This one's going to be interesting. Getting the bottom one. These 3/8 usually don't take very long. This top weld looks pretty good though. Give it to them on that one. Whoever did it. Good job, you. This top weld looks factory. Come on. There's that one. Bunch of oil. Now we're gonna keep our hold on this thing and try to get it off the bottom. Come on. You're wet enough. Let's go. There it is. Dryer and expansion valve are loose. Loosey goosey. I don't know what to do with it. I gotta turn the thing off. I'm losing my gas. Whoop, wrong way. Alright, yeah, don't set your hot dryer on a roof, guys. That's a good way to cause a big freaking hole in it. Then they got roof leaks next time it rains. Then the roofers say, well, somebody melted a hole in it. And then guess who has to pay for that? Yeah, not gonna happen. All right, I gotta let this cool down before I blast some nitrogen in there, and I'll be back. I forgot about one very important thing. I gotta get that capillary out of there. So I'm gonna cover this up because I got that Schrader in there that I can't take out. And this is gonna be very low heat. These capillaries are tiny. They don't require a ton of heat to get removed. Sure feels like I'm running out of something. All right, I got a cool flame. Where's my channies? I don't see them, but this will work. All right, and as I'm doing this, I will have a learning moment. So this capillary was busted. I tried to take it out of the old one, and man, it just broke right off. So I capped the old one and I made a new hole. Whenever you make a hole in ACR or any kind of copper, you want a really hot flame, but you got to be very careful and touchy with it. So your hot flame is going to be centralized in one spot, and you got to keep an eye on it because you need it to open up at just the right amount, just perfect. Once it opens up, you got to ease back. You get your little hole that's just big enough for your capillary to fit into. There you go. And when you put the capillary in, you ain't got to shove her in all the way. Just needs to go in about yay much, just a little bit, and then solder up the holes and you call it a day. Good to go. Okay, now I'm gonna let it cool down. I'll be back. All right. Oh, goodness. See if we can blow this thing out. Don't know how many pea-cigs I got in this tank. What? Oh, yeah, she's got some pea-cigs on her. No, she doesn't. We're down to like 500. So nothing. Getting no oil at all in there. Let's check this other side. Gotta get lower. Nothing. Nothing in the condenser. Well, I just knew that was going to be oil logs. Well, I knew wrong. Well, nothing I can do. Put this new one back on. And get the dryer on and button it all up and weigh in 19.8 freaking pounds of 410. So anyway, whatever, it is what it is. Expansion valves, guys. This is the power head. You don't want to get that too hot because you know, then you don't work right. Maybe That's what happened on the last one. I don't know. I wasn't here. I wasn't here. Ah, come on. Get. Why do you put the thing on so tight? All right. I'm gonna catch a lot of grief for what I'm about to say, but that's fine. This one doesn't have any strainer, which is good. So I'm mainly a refrigeration dude, and any expansion valve I ever install or replace, I remove the strainer. Anything that's in the system that should cause it to have issues should get caught in your dryer. So strainer, in my experience, doesn't do anything but clog. So in removing the strainer, you have to pump down the system and then do a recovery. You know, some people clean them. This is just my opinion, guys. Y'all can give me all the grief you want. That's okay. That is a-okay. Which way does it go? Maybe I should have taken a picture. Huh? Yeah. It goes like... in. See, there's an in. So it'll tell you where it goes. So it's gonna go like this. Because the in is not the out. So the out is gonna be into the evaporator coil. Do I want to spin it around? I can if I want to. I can if I want to. I'm just gonna shove it in there. Yeah. Keep it on its side. I don't think the configuration matters. Yeah, let's put it on like the old one was. Whatever. If I can get there. Get it. Grab it. Configuration doesn't matter, but with where it sits right up here and it's supposed to be held on by that little clamp. That part might matter because I won't be able to clamp it on. That's how we're gonna set it right there. And then the other side, we're gonna have to just get it whenever I get it up there. I will solder this side in. Let's see if our dryer fits on those big old ugly things. Make sure your arrow is pointing the right way, guys. So that one comes from over yonder, which comes from the evaporator coil. It's gonna be, now this configuration is weird. Normally I would see your incoming to the condenser at the top, outgoing at the bottom, because as the refrigerant flows through the condenser, it condenses downward. This one's in the middle. Well, that's weird. Anyway, pretty sure it's down. We're gonna go with a pretty sure on this because we're coming out of the condenser coil. This one's not gonna be easy, guys. Yeah, this one's not gonna be easy. I'm gonna open these up a little bit. I'm gonna need it to at least seat in there good enough for me to put the thing on stuff. Yeah. What I use for that is a pair of needle nose pliers. And you just open it up just a little bit. So this works on any copper that you use. Nice and rounded. So just make sure you go in circles. I know they make swage kits for this, but I don't have one. So I just want it to big enough there. Opened it right up. Get the other side. All right. Let's see if I can get it in through here. Oh yeah, it fits right over the top. I'll have to bend up on it. bend up a lot on it. I'm literally gonna have to hang out of this thing. No, I'll get in there and fix this thing up. Yep, here we go again. Yeah. Get leg. Go. All right, and going down. So I want these two lines to pinch. So we need to bend them so that they pinch. So that they're actually holding the dryer in. This to come up. Yeah, that's how I want it. Like so. This is gonna be hard. She's gonna be crooked, likely. If I could just get something that'll hold it straight. It just wants to fall. Almost there. I can bend this however I want when I'm done. Alright, I'm gonna get the bottom one and then I'm gonna push it straight to get the top one. May not even need that much silphos because get the goodness, not even fat. I'm just not that agile. All right, and here we go. Looks straight when you look at it from back here. Oops, blew that right out, didn't I? All right, let me get the bottom joint from here. Maybe. This is gonna suck. Okay, good thing I got a long stick of silphos here. I can't see. This is gonna look like a 12-year-old did it. I'm over here making fun of the last guy. This is almost an impossible spot to solder from. I got all of this side. I had to reach around the back side somehow. That from here. I think she's made. That was my hardest one so far. I am going to have a hard one on the other side. This one may not even need much silphos because there's still plenty on there already from the last weld. That side's done. How do I get the back side of this one? Tight places. Tight places. I gotta get this thing back to here. Alright. Whoever works on this next, you're more than welcome to tell me that this looks like a 12-year-old did it. I will accept that. Done. Put my towel on the power head. Go ahead and try to get that thing soldered up. I always think that's such a weird spelling of solder. solder. Why'd you solder? Because I didn't like her. Watch that thing just fall right out of there. That's gonna just be lovely. Getting the bottom of this one might be a little rough. Nope, she's falling out. Come on. Don't fall out. Broke my inspection mirror, so kind of screwed with that. I'm gonna have to remove, I can't see this side, and I need to get into it from that side. Probably gonna have to pull off that stinking towel and just do it fast. I know, I said take your time, blah blah blah. Well, sometimes you ain't got a choice. The last thing I wanted is redo this. I'm taking way too long on this for it being an expansion valve. I've got to make sure that bottom side's taken care of, which is really impossible because I can't see the dang thing. I think it is because I can see the drip on this side coming from the other side. All right, get back to you in a minute when I'm up to the next one, after I answer the doorbell here. So I gotta get in here again to get the expansion valve put in the right spot. I just spit all over the place. That's awesome. It's getting easier at that. Getting that. I wonder how much damage my butt's done on that coil. Maybe I'll pull my phone out of my pocket. All right. So just a quick side note. This is just gonna be free, guys. This is free. I'm on this Nextdoor app, all right? It's like the neighborhood app. I'm sure everyone's probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. I was skimming through there and I see this post. It pops up and it's just somebody says, oh, I was at the gas station and I saw a person sitting in their car and not getting gas, so I called the police on them. Really? You can't even be a normal human without worrying about the police getting called on you for doing literally nothing wrong. So, me being, you know, me with my big fat mouth, of course I had to put some comments in there on that. Why not? Yeah. I'm getting some hate. That's okay. That is okay. Bend without kink. This is going to be a hard one to get to. It's got these wires right here. They need to be out the way or they're going to melt. I don't know how to get them out the way. Maybe I can use a zippy. Oh, someone used all my zip ties. I don't have any zip ties. This will be like the third video I've made where I've said that I don't have any zip ties. I'm gonna have to try and do this one from in here. And my hole over there, I'll tell you what, it just wasn't big enough. Just was not big enough. So let's get the towel on the head. Get on there. You don't have to wrap it all the way around. Just get it on there a little bit. And keep that thing cooler. And I'm gonna try and get this well done. This is not going to be an easy one. Maybe this thing moves. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out though. I can't go in from that angle. Look, whoever did this last melted this wire. That is a discharge temperature sensor. That's neat. All right, enough fiddling around. Let's get to it. gonna be a little bit of luck. I'm gonna put this in a very kind spot. I like it. Pretty clean. Let's use the little one. I ain't got room in here for the big one. Here we go. Okay, don't burn stuff. You gotta watch where you're waving your flame around. So I need to wave it straight in and on that joint immediately. Ready, set, go. Oh, that did not go immediately. That's in the way. Get out of the way. All right, let's see what we can do here. What I have on there is already getting wet. Not quite. Yeah, it is now. Getting the backside is going to be really hard. Let's see if I can make this turn. And then getting this other side without burning my wires. Just like that, guys. Look at that. Isn't it the thing of beauty? I think it's made. I don't have an inspection mirror, but keep my flame going. See if I can do this with the flame going. Get out of here without burning my leg off. Oh, that's gonna miss. I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss. Nope. Got it. Got it. It's all good. I'm alive. All right. I gotta open this hole up a little bit. This I am gonna use my bare fingers on, because that hole just got some oil coming out of it. We just need to fish this thing in. Without getting it clogged up. I don't know if y'all can see this. I hope you can. Otherwise, I'm sorry. Okay, well, let's get a little one. Almost had it. Cover my Schrader. Grab this with the towel. Let's try again. Phosgene. Look that up. Phosgene gas. Oh my goodness. Did I just ruin it? Who's texting me? Nobody extremely important. All right, I might have clogged this capillary. Dadgummit. Let's take a look at the end here. Nope, it's not clogged. Hole ain't very big, but it's not clogged. What I am gonna do is go ahead and stick a pick in it, make sure it's wide open. Things. Always have a pick with you guys. Got lots of cool little things that come in handy. Ow, hot. Yeah, when you touch the copper that you just put 1,000 degrees on, it's going to be hot. Well, it's not clogged up. It's got a little piece of solder on the end of it. Now it's wide open. All right, round two. Round, I'm gonna friggin' win. That's what round it is. See if I open that up enough now to slide it in. I did not. Why? It just needs to be a little bit bigger. Alright, try again. What you don't want to happen is you don't want the sill faucets on the outside to drip inside. And if it does, you better hope it sticks. Otherwise, you're totally going to be damaging your compressor almost immediately. This is literally my last weld. Just got to get this thing in the thing. I wish they didn't build them like this. Like, give me a coupling or something to put it into. See if I can just get it wet. I need some holder things. You can use that, just don't clamp on it. Just go around, get her toasty. It's trying to close up on me. See, I'm taking all of this sill faucets on there and running it down the side of the copper, so it's not running inside the copper. And then once I get that hole, it's gonna be big enough once I get the sill faucet away from it, because it was big enough originally. Why wouldn't it be now, right? Let's see if that's big enough. So close. There it is. All right, we're in. Now we're going to try and take some of the sill faucet and get the hole covered. I think I ran too much down the sides. Tis a thing of beauty. She's in. I'm just going to run a couple of layovers on this thing right over the top, just for extra added protection, because this is 410. It does run high pressures. Beautiful. Ain't gonna beat me. Not today, not today. I almost burned myself, but luckily I have cat-like reflexes. And expansion valves there, dryer's in place. You do want to look at the back side of this dryer. It's welded down here. Oh, she's beautiful. That's beautiful. Man, I am on point. All right. So, I don't see anything else I need to do other than pull a vacuum. Put the Schrader back in there. Make sure my suction line gets cool. I don't care that that Schrader might have gotten hot, because it's just going to have a pressure switch on it anyway. I cared earlier. Just don't care right now. Got to mount the expansion bulb. Wow, there's stuff moving. Stop it. Right meow. I think this is interesting. They have a disconnect, and then they have a disconnect. Whatever. Hey, can't have too many. You have 5 of them. That's fine. 5 disconnects. Alright. I'm going to start the vacuum, and then I'll mount the bulb. We'll do some talking on the bulb mounting and how important it is placement wise. Once I get back and get the vacuum set up, we'll go into that. So I go to pulling a vacuum and it is just not liking it. So I did do a pressure test. Here's my problem, guys. Those seals are ate up. So they're not gonna hold anything. So this is the nifty pick I showed you earlier. Look what it really is. It's a container for seals. How about that? Oh, that's backwards. So, hey, replace your seals, guys. That's the only lesson I got right now. You know how to replace your seals? That's what this kit is for, this pick. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pick and pop out the center, which is your depressor. It's not very depressing. Oh, and this seal almost came out with it. So there's our depressor. And then usually your seal doesn't come out like this. This is actually pretty easy to get out. Most of them are a lot more difficult. Get your new seal. Well, if you want to lube it up, you can. I don't. And just press it right in there. Then put your depressor back in. And the first time you put a gauge on, put this on something, it will push that depressor the rest of the way in. You just kind of want to push it in as far as you can. There's one. So I won't show you the other one. It's kind of boring. I'll get back with you when this vacuum started. Let's learn. The expansion valve sensing bulb. Let's just say it the right way. It senses the temperature of the refrigerant leaving the evaporator. Now, I am, you know, more of a refrigeration style filler. So, I can definitely talk to the refrigeration side of it. Now, luckily, Carrier has actually put an indentation on the side where the bulb is supposed to be mounted. I say luckily because where you mount the bulb on a horizontal surface is extremely important, especially with refrigeration. So with refrigeration, if the suction line is going vertical, you can mount it anywhere. It doesn't matter. That's fine. Which I don't know why Carrier wouldn't want to mount it right here, because it doesn't really matter. But on the horizontal, it matters because the temperature on the top of the copper is going to be different than the temperature on the bottom of the copper. So you have to mount it in the correct spot. And it looks like Carrier's got this mounted at the about the 8 o'clock. Yeah, it fits in right about the 8 o'clock. On refrigeration, if it's horizontal, you want to put it on the 10 or the 2. 10 or 2. And that will get the good spot for it to, you know, do its thing. How does this bracket even work? Is it just, oh, now it makes sense. So, I don't know how I'm going to get this screw in that thing. Maybe I'll flip it around. I don't know. Let's see if I can at least get it started. Whoop, nope, that's not getting it started. Hope y'all can see this. If you can't, you know, please accept my sincerest apologies. And that's a 5/16. We'll ratchet it right on there. And it's very important also that your expansion bulb, your sensing bulb, is tight. And in most cases, it needs to be insulated. I know with refrigeration, definitely needs to be insulated. But it needs to be tight regardless. So this Carrier with this expansion valve, they sent a insulation cover for it. So we'll just use theirs. And come on, make sure it's tight. The last one that was on here was not tight. It was a little bit loosey. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. It's just not doing the thing very well. Maybe if I go to the top. I mean, it's tightening, but it's hard to grab because that lip comes out. is just not grabbing very well. Wonder if I need to... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it with the open end. That's fine. I got plenty of time. Vacuum pump's going to town. Getting the junk out of the system. Just bad design. It would be fine if it was the other way around. I should have turned it around like a moron. Then I could have just used my impact, just zipped it right in there. No, I have to make it hard, don't I? Yeah, just make it difficult. It's fine. It's fine. It's definitely not tight enough. You shouldn't be able to move it. How about that's how tight you need to get it. So I'm going to keep wrenching on this just a little bit at a time until it's tight enough that I cannot move it. And then I will throw the cover on. They even sent zip ties with the cover. Man alive, I tell you what, Billy Bob, they done did it right. Now that's so tight I can't move it. All right, and I'm gonna give it one to grow on. Maybe I'll give it two to grow on because that was really easy. Now I'm just gonna keep on growing on it then. That was actually kind of tight. All right, we're tight. TXV bulb. How does this go on there? It's got the thing like that. I don't know. Like the bulb goes on this side. That means it'll need to go like this. Whatever. Let's do it. Come on. This little flap thing fit in the thing there. Get in the thing. And this thing's gonna have to go away. It was on the old one. It seems kind of worthless. It is a hose clamp that I'm definitely going to be keeping on my truck because they come in handy. Don't need it for this. All right, so we got the thing on. Now we're going to zip tie both ends right around the zip tie area. Wow, these things are tight. Go. And one on the back side. Ew. I can't see what I'm doing, but I can feel it. I think that's it. Come on, get in there. Thing. Did you get? I don't know if it got the thing. Can't feel what's going on. Whatever. Let's close it. All right. Done. We're down to 800 microns. We're going to run it down to about 500 or 600 microns. Got the scale, got the refrigerant. There's not enough in there. Going to have to reuse some of the old stuff. So I'd almost have to have a completely full drum to have enough for this unit. I don't have that. 9/16. Where's my 9/16? Oh, I got to put the fan back. There's the 9/16. I love this little toolkit, guys. I got it on Amazon. Don't know who makes it. Good question. There it is. Duratech. When I got it, it was like $16. 16 doll hairs. And you can't, like, you go to Lowe's and buy something like that, you're going to spend 16 doll hairs on the biggest wrench by itself. Goes from 5/16 to 3/4, which you don't really need much bigger than that whenever you do this stuff. So I'm gonna bore you with the vacuum stuff. Get off. As soon as we're I don't even want to bore you with the charging. I'm not gonna bore you anymore. How about this? I'm gonna turn this thing on whenever I have real pressures to look at, and start cleaning up some of this stuff and use this time wisely. Peace. So, emptied my drum, went to the recovery, and man, she is feeding so freaking slow. It's not even funny. It's hard to tell right now where I'm going to end up because I've got my low side basically wide open, trying to suck that refrigerant out of there. And we've got about 3.5 pounds left out of 19.8. I'd say we're almost there. We're almost there. I'm gonna close it off and see where we're at. Right now the head pressure looks wonderful. 312 psi, and still some room to go, so that needs to be higher, but it's going to get there with more charge. Look, they'll see me. In the meantime, there's flag Marca. Got a pool over here. I'm sure people won't appreciate me looking over the side of a roof onto a pool, so that's how you get the popos called on you for being a creeper. I'm not gonna do that. 3 more pounds. Oh, why is it going so slow? These valves are wide open. I can see the refrigerant moving my hose, so I know it's going in. It's just so freaking slow. Alright, well, I don't have any, it's hot. Yeah, it's hot outside. I don't have any words of wisdom right now. Just gonna watch that go slow and I'll come back. Peeps, I got exactly 20 pounds in there. I know it says 19.8, okay? I am aware. But some of you know, some of you don't. You got to account for what's in your hoses, guys. There's a couple ounces in there. All right, scale's over here. Your hoses over here. That don't weigh the thing. It's not Wi-Fi weighing stuff. So just put a smidgen more. We're absolutely perfect on charge. Running 100-degree condensing, 46-degree evap. I guarantee you that freaking suction line is sweating like a champ. I had to do it one more time. Sorry. Not sorry. I'm not really sorry. Let's see here. Oh yeah. She is sweaty. Sweaty. All right. So I'm done, guys. I'm gonna do the stuff and get the things, put the rope thing, make trips up and down the stinking ladder. And until next time, deucers.